Reuben Abati, born on November the 7th, 1965, is a Nigerian journalist, politician, TV presenter, and a newspaper columnist. He was the People's Democratic Party deputy governor candidate in Ogun State in the year 2019 gubernatorial election. Abati was a special advisor on media and publicity to President Goodluck Jonathan of Nigeria between year 2011 and 2015. He had previously been a newspaper columnist and the chairman of the editorial board of Nigerian newspaper The Guardian from 2001 to 2011. Abati graduated from University of Calabar, Nigeria in 1985. He later studied at the University of Ibadan as a university scholar. He holds a PhD in theater arts, specializing in dramatic literature, theory, and criticism from the University of Ibadan in 1990.
One more time, let's give it to him. Let's give it to him. Thank you. Thank you.
Lagos State University in 1999. And also
so we go on.
Professional training certificate in journalism.
At this point, please turn your attention to the multimedia
screens. Is a man of many parts. I usually watch his program on Arise News.
Celebrating Reuben Abati at 60. The voice, the vision, the virtues of a man engraved. He wears intellect like a crown, humility like a cloak, and love like a compass, forever guided, forever grounded. Born in Abeokuta on November 7, 1965, Reuben Abati is a name that has risen like the morning sun, steady, bright, inevitable, scholar, writer, thinker, commentator, husband, father, a man whose words have carried weight and whose life has carried meaning. He graduated with first-class honors in theater arts from the University of Calabar, bagging the Vice Chancellor's Prize. At just 24, he earned a PhD in dramatic literature theory and criticism from the University of Ibadan in 1990, law at Lagos State University in 1999, leadership training at Oxford in 2015, professional journalism in Maryland from 1996 to 1997. He also won the Cecil King Memorial Prize for Print Journalism in 1998, the Diamond Award for Media Excellence for Informed Commentary in 1998, the Fletcher Challenge Commonwealth Prize for Opinion Writing in the year 2000. The mind did not rest. Each degree, each training, a staircase higher into purpose. From soft sell pages of hints and hearts to the weighty editorials of The Guardian, Abati danced across genres like a man fluent in every tongue. He became a foxtrot professional of the pen, one moment teasing romance readers, the next firing thunder against power. His words did not merely report, they sculpted opinion, challenged authority, unsettled comfort. In 2011 to 2015, Reuben crossed the Rubicon from critic to insider, becoming special advisor on media and publicity to President Goodluck Jonathan. It was a baptism of fire. The critic turned spokesman, the poet turned shield. When that chapter closed, he returned not silenced, but sharpened to television and print. Today, as anchor of the morning show on Arise TV, his voice is law and laughter, wisdom and wit, sarcasm and substance. Reuben Abati, alongside peer Dele Momodu, emerged as ideological and intellectual captains on the Lagos popular culture scene, especially the Fuji and Juju pop corridors. Thus, they earned the bragging rights as the abstract thinkers that conjured the emergence of Fuji musicians like Shina Peters into national limelight, while Dele Momodu Abati went ahead to float the spectacular celebrity magazine Ovation. Reuben Abati moved to Guardian newspapers to begin a full-time journalism career under the tutelage of watchful eyes as Olatunji Dare, a grandfather of opinion writing in Nigeria. While Momodu took Ovation Global, Abati sharpened his Guardian sword, writing, not forgetting Kayode Ajala, who branched into Hot Magazine. The pop culture of Lagos knew him. The intellectual salons respected him. The streets, yes, the streets, they felt him. But for all his laurels, Reuben Abati's true crown is at home. A father whose children he educated with the finest tools of learning in top schools across the world. A man who insists that family is first, always. And then came Kike, the woman they fondly call his Oyibo wife. Modern, dazzling, and grounding. Kike did not just marry Reuben, she real-modeled him. As they say, the voices around says she polished the public giant into a man renewed in style, softened in heart, sharpened in purpose. Ask him, and he will tell you plainly, Kike completes me. She is his balance, his laughter, his debate partner, his ride or die. On air, he may spar with politicians, but at home, it's Kike's smile that wins the argument. It is said that a man is not truly great until his home applauds him. In Kike, Abati found not just applause, but standing ovation. Giant, yet modest to a fault. He calls stars by their titles, never by name. Shina Peters to him is always megastar. He wears criticism like a badge and controversy like cologne. From journalism prizes to Commonwealth honors, his shelf is heavy, but his humor keeps him light. He is a man who can thunder on national issues, yet joke about jollof rice the next minute. A lion in the public square, a lamb in his living room. That is the paradox. That is the poetry. That is the man, Reuben Abati. At 60, Reuben Abati remains unfinished, a living legacy, a restless mind, a public conscience, a man of voice, vision, and veracity. A man modernized by love, stabilized by family, immortalized by words. The scholar remains a student, the journalist remains a questionnaire, the husband remains completed by Kike. Reuben Abati, the voice that will not fade, the mind that will not tire, the heart that is forever home. Reuben Abati, not merely a man of his time, but a mind for all seasons, an enigma whose words echo, whose love steadies, and whose story is still being written.
Let's give it to him, a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. That was Reuben Nishoki. Beautiful piece.
I want to thank him. Now, if you look at the books, the dedication was very deliberate. The book titled Portraits, People, Politics, and Society is dedicated to Dr. Ibe Kachiku. When I was teaching in Ogun State University, I was writing for Hints magazine. And I've seen my editor then, Ekirete Udo. He was my first or second editor, first editor, before other editors came. We were writing romance stories. And I was also writing columns for that publication, from Haynes to Hearts and all of that. So, but I don't write romance stories anymore. So then after that, before I went to the Guardian, I worked with Alhaji Najim Jimo in a newspaper called The Hammer. I was editorial page editor. But I had been writing as a freelancer for the Guardian. So Dr. Olatunji Dare and all of them, they say, if you are going to leave the university, the only place for you is the editorial board of the Guardian. And that was how I got to the Guardian. And of course, in those days, they used to give you exam. They don't care, even if you were a professor. So I did 3 months test run. I think I got there October. It was only in January, that the August at the Guardian then said, it's good enough to be one of us. So you see that the book also mentions, in terms of dedication, Mr. Alex Ibro, now of blessed memory. Now, President Jonathan has left. Now, when Mr. Alex Ibro was making me deputy chairman, editorial board, his first question was, how old are you? I think at the time I was about 32 or 33 or something. He said, no, you are not too young to be in fact, I will even make you chairman if you impress me. Just go and do your work. I'm satisfied with your work. Of course, I ended up, deputy chairman, editorial board, and I became even more notorious around the country. So, the book is also dedicated to Professor Pat Utomi. Professor Pat Utomi, for 10 years, I was on a program called Patito's Gang. At a time when he was going into politics, he just handed over to me and said, okay, be presenting the program while I go and do politics. Some of the gangsters, I've seen one of them here, Tony Nacheta, Uguefi, Tony Nacheta, thank you for coming. And then, of course, after that, after I went to Abuja and came back, I wrote again for The Guardian while resting for some time, and then I ended up on television. And Prince Sunduka Obagbena made that possible a second time. And that has become my daily engagement now, apart from writing columns on a weekly basis. So I thank all of them for giving me the platform, for giving me the opportunity to express myself. And I'm really grateful. Now, the book on President Jonathan. Well, by the time you look at it, it's not yet the book. There is a rule that when you serve in government, you are bound not to say what you know for about 10 years. So the 10 years have just passed. So the book on the Jonathan years will still come. But this is just, me warming up by putting together some of my earlier notes. And it's dedicated, of course, to President Jonathan. Because after we left office, there were some issues. The Buhari government was fighting us. And there were people who were saying, look, let's have a committee. Let's fight back. I think after 2 or 3 meetings, President Jonathan called me and said, you people should take it easy. Because after God, it is government. And that's why I wrote in that dedication that, you are right, sir. Indeed, after God, it is government. So if you go and fight government, if government wants to fight you back, they will find something. And then, of course, the other book, A Love Letter, is dedicated to all my teachers, living and dead. Because I'm a product of the diligence of those who taught me. Those, including those who taught me all the good things and the bad things. One of them, Femi Awoyemi, he's just looking at me. I learned rascality from him. So that is the basic story behind those 3 books. And then, of course, I'm just overwhelmed that we could feed this all and that the attendance has been remarkable. Prince Obagbena says he's having a party this evening. This afternoon, some parties. Tomorrow, another party. In Abeokuta on Sunday, my brothers and cousins, they say they are having another party. I hope I'll be strong enough to be in front of television in the morning. But I want to thank everyone here, particularly our fathers that are here. When I went to invite Kabiesi, Kiki and I must have gone to Abeokuta about 2 or 3 times. They will say, oh, Kabiesi is in London. They will say, oh, Kabiesi is in Lagos. So I just looked at it one day. I said, okay, I know Prince now. Let me call Prince and tell him that, where is Baba now? I would like to see Baba. So he said, Baba is in Lagos. So I said, should I call him? He said, call him. So I called Kabiesi. Kabiyesi said, no, you don't need to go to Abeokuta. Come and meet me in my house here in Lagos. And, that was how it happened. And he promised that he would be here. Kabiyesi, thank you very much, sir. When I called the Kabiyesi Olota of Ota, he immediately said, oh, I'll be there. I said, no, Kabiyesi, I want to come to the palace to invite you. He said, no. You have told me. I've noted the date. I will be there. He didn't want any formality, any protocol. And this is the second time that Kabiyesi is just standing by me without any protocols. When I did the book on the late Alakperu of Ikperu, it was Kabiyesi that was the book reviewer. Of course, he was invited by his colleague, now Oba Basibo Oduru IV. The book on him is on display there. Other books on display there, my wife's books. She's an author herself, a writer, a journalist. So she has 3 of her books on display. I said, oh, bring your books too. Let's show that this is what we do when we are not doing other things. we try to write books. So, Kiki, thank you very much. And then, of course, the MC's wonderful job that you have done. What will I say about our mommy, Lady Medinebu, publisher of The Guardian? When Mrs. Sibru joined us at The Guardian, we used to have carpets, dusty carpets in the place. She came around and said, why do you people have this kind of dust? She changed the look of the entire company. Some people used to wear, a certain types of cloth to the editorial board. She said, no, this is a serious business. People must wear suit. They must wear ties. That was how wearing of suits and ties became, Prince Julius Adelusi will be laughing. Because in those days, when I first came from the bush, I used to teach in the Agowi, Augusta University. Prince used to say, you can't succeed in this Lagos if you are wearing these Harmattan clothes. But he gave me opportunities. We traveled to Cairo, we traveled to other parts of the world. When The Guardian was shut down, he got me a job at the United States Agency for International Development with Dr. Stella Goins. So I was even busy, even when the Abacha government shut down the place. So every time, and so when he sees me now with my bow tie, he says, yes, we are getting there. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. And Kabiyesi Onitele of Itele, thank you very much, sir, for, honoring this event. Now, I see many people in the audience who have not yet been introduced. Mr. Danny Koglu is the general manager of Eko Hotels. Yes, sitting next to him is one of our Oloris, Dr. Princess Yaduni Gbadebo, daughter-in-law of Kabiyesi, the Alake of Egbaland, but she's, one of the top flight directors at Eko Hotels. Now, friends and family are here. I've seen Dr. Bode Olajumoke. I've known Dr. Bode Olajumoke for years, since, I was very small like this. And he used to encourage the younger generation. He and the governor of night shift, Mr. Ken Caleb's Olumese. Now, they are in their 80s now. So, Ibrahima and I, we were discussing the other day. We said, these people, these were young people. When I went to Abuja, they still came to the club because we had night shift Coliseum where we always had fun. How come by the time I came back from Abuja, I'm not hearing they are in their 80s? Do you mean they were still rocking in their 70s? Another accomplice of theirs is Professor Bolaji Akiyemi. I think he has left. These old men, they were rocking to their 70s. Yeah, you can't. But we thank God for their lives. They are aging gracefully. And Dr. Patrick Deleko and Baba Olusegun Oshoba, the Akinrugun of Egbaland. Now, these are the founding fathers of the Guardian. So you can't work in the Guardian and then you will not hear about the exploits of Dr. Patrick Deleko and Aremo Olusegun Oshoba, who helped to set the standards. And up till the time I went to Abuja, Dr. Cole was still very active in the Guardian. Now, when I called him the other day, he said, you will be 60? Oh, I'll be there. I wanted to say, I want to come to the outside. He said, don't bother yourself. Take the address. I'm still in the same crescent where I used to live. Just send the letter and I'll be there. Thank you, sir, for coming. And then Baba Olusegun Oshoba, the same thing, when we went to his house to invite him. He had a very busy schedule, but he said, whatever it takes, I'll be there. And when you see people like Dr. Patrick Deleko, Baba Olusegun Oshoba, and also the founder and chairman of the Nigerian League of Columnists, that's Akogun Tola Adeniyi. I think I told him, I saw his photograph in the papers. I said, sir, are you in town? He said, yes, of course. I said, well, you live in Canada. Because after a while, he relocated to Canada. He will spend some time in Canada. He will come back again. And here he is. In fact, this morning, by 5 a.m., he has sent me happy birthday message. Thank you, sir. Very quickly, I see that the MCs are trying to hurry me up. Many of our colleagues are here. The entire media establishment supporting one of their own. Azubike Ishekwene, all the way from Abuja. Mr. Eniola Bello, Director of Arise News, Managing Director of This Day Newspapers. Former Guild of Editors, Nigerian Guild of Editors President, Adefaye is here. Mr. Babarinsa, one of our guys in the job, is here. Mr. Taiwo Ube is here. Who else is there? Matthew, who used to work with me at the Guardian. Ibrahima, well, I mentioned you. He was the one helping me to distribute cards and all of that. When I saw Mr. Yemi Akeju in Abuja, he said, no, your ambassador has been to my office. He has delivered your message. Sam Omashe, Sam Omashe, he's my very good friend. The big Sam. Otumba Bimbo Ashiru. Professor Anthony Killer, on the same table with me every Sunday at the Arise News. Adiza Bala Usman, the special advisor to the president. I sent her a letter and the card and all of that. Then when I just ran into her at the airport in Abuja, he said, which number did you send it to? I said, you're the same number that I've always had. He said, no, I have another number. So we stood there right at the airport. He said, forward the invitation to me on this number. And I did. And she said, I will be there. And in fact, this morning, very early, Nino Adedokun, his assistant, was already here saying, look, the special advisor is coming. Thank you very much indeed. Tony Chiejina, many years ago when he was in Concord, we were all young journalists. He was living in Songodel, Songo. In those days, many journalists lived in Ogun State and worked in Lagos. The reason they lived in the outskirts was because rent was cheaper. But before our very eyes, the next thing I heard was that Chiejina has built a house in, what do they call that place? VGC. How did you do it? He said, my level don't change. Of course, now he's the director of communications with the Dangote Group. So I don't even know whether he now has mansions in Banana Island. So, Tony, I thank you very much. Majid Jamil, MJ, my very good brother. Ayodele Oma Aminu, I see you. Thank you very much. Honorable Commissioner for Information, Lagos State, Benga Omotosho, we all work together at the Guardian. Dr. Maureen Chibo, thank you very much. Dame Comfort to be, yes, publisher of the Source, thank you very much. I see Mike Effiong, he came in this morning from Akwa Ibom. Well, I want to thank Martin Soloja, editor, and also Alaji Akim Bello. I thank all of you very much. I see all of you. And then very quickly, let me talk about family. My aunties are here. Mrs. Regina. Okay, that's Dr. Abdurazak. Dr. Abdurazak is here. Dr. Abdurazak, he was the one when my son was looking for admission. He said, no, the only university that he can go to study law is my faculty, which is the University of Hull. I said, Hull? I've not heard of Hull. He said, no, I assure you, he will do well in the school. That's how my first son went to Hull and did a first degree and did a master's. And in another regard, Dr. Abdurazak is the chairman of Bridge House College, one of the best sixth form schools in Lagos. And I am a member of the advisory board of Bridge House College. And I think within the Abati family, almost about 5 or 6 have gone there straight to universities, either in Canada or elsewhere. And many more are queuing up to go to the same Bridge House. We still have a long queue. So, Mrs. Victoria Oshinuga, my auntie, thank you. Mrs. Regina Afandolo Igbinedion, thank you very much. My father-in-law is here, 80 riches, Mr. Ganiyu Olatunde Atondawo. Thank you very much, sir. He came all the way from the United States, and also from the United States, my sister, I call her Yalodi Ope, and her husband, Mr. and Mrs. Faturoti from Texas, United States, Mr. Yemi Adeogun from the United Kingdom. We all grew up together. Tunji Adeogun, all my younger ones, they are here. Robert Abati, Ralph Abati, Isaiah Abati. I'm looking around the hall now. They're telling me to hurry up. Yeah. I see Mr. Shegun Oniru, Prince Shegun Oniru. Thank you very much for coming, sir. And then, of course, Prince Unduka Ize, Chief from the Asaba Kingdom. You know, one of our very good friends at the Guardian. And then, of course, AIG Alakmeni, Tunji Alakmeni, retired. He was not in Lagos when I called him. He said, no, I will reschedule my program, and I will make sure that I'm there. You are our brother. Etim, who was one of my co-conspirators on the editorial board of The Guardian, is also here. Dr. Fabian Benjamin. Dr. Fabian Benjamin is the spokesperson of the Joint Admissions Matriculation Board. Here in his own capacity, and also representing Professor Isiak Oloyede. Well, I don't know whether Dr. Benjamin will say, oh, you Egba people who have taken over JAM. But you all agree that Professor Isiak Oloyede is doing a great job as the secretary of JAM. Now, there are representatives here, representative of Sir Peter Odili, my good friend, Dr. Imaoka, thank you. Sanusi Bature, all the way from Kano. Honorable Commissioner for Information, Kaduna State. Hamed Miyaki, okay, he was sitting here. Otumba J.K. Randu, who has just published a book about King's College. He's always writing. The Godfather never sleeps. Congratulations on your latest book, sir. Thank you very much. Mr. Biodun Shubanjo, Troika Holdings. Many years ago, I was invited to come and work at Quadrant. I think, 94 or thereabouts. And then at that time, I looked at it. I said, this journalism, I find it interesting. I want to spend a little more time in this job. And that was how I didn't end up at Quadrant. Now, my brother Gbemiga Olabi is here. Prince Samuel, thank you very much, sir. I'm just trying to look around the hall to see where my daughter, Elizabeth Abati, first class Bristol, LLM Cambridge, and so on and so forth. Yeah, she's shy, but you know, we used to compete at home. She would say, you know, I'm smarter than you. I said, really? Really? Okay, prove it. So she went and brought first class from University of Bristol. So I said, well, this is your first class. Do you know that my record in the at the University of Calabar is still standing? He said, no, you are comparing Village University to Bristol. I said, well, it's from that Village University that I paid for your for your Cambridge and your Bristol. Now she's threatening to go to Harvard. Now, where is MD? My MD at the Guardian, Mr. Eluem Emeka Izeze. If you are here, sir, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. In those days, you know, journalism was so interesting that we used to sleep in the office. 1 a.m., we will be working on essays, on copies. Mr. Izeze will pick his pen, he will work on it. Maybe it's around after 1 that you say, oh, there is night vigil. Let me go for night vigil. He will return the following day and we'll be doing the job. We enjoyed the work. And then this is Mr. Yomi Odunuga working out here. It was my student first at Ogun State University, and he has become my friend, my very good friend. He's now SA Media to the Secretary to the Government of the Federation. Thank you very much for your friendship. Shino Kawonishi is here. Oh, Shinero. Shino Kawonishi and myself and one of our friends, Wale Olaitan, who later became Vice Chancellor of the university, and Sheson Ajayi. We had a group called the Yosu Collective. In those days, you know, we used to debate each other on the pages of newspapers, but I don't know whether they have that culture anymore as we had it. Dikpo Daudu, thank you. Omo Mamake, my good friend Akinyele Oladeji. We met a friend of mine, Kola Ogunleye. We used to go and visit a lady. I don't want to be too specific. So Akinyele used to come there. That was how all of us became friends. Going to another man's house to go and visit his daughters. But we have remained friends. Auntie Shafi, you all know Auntie Shafi as an actress, but she's my in-law. Thank you, Auntie Shafi, for your friendship. I saw Mr. Gbadebo Roosevelt earlier on, formerly of the Labour Party, I think now of the ADC. Ugbuefitoni Nacheta is here in his personal capacity and also representing Mr. Peter Obi, who was even one of the first people to get in touch with me this morning. Jackson Udom, SA Media, to the governor of Akwa Ibom, the SA Media to the president of the Senate, chairman of the National Assembly, Senator Gosula Fabio is also here. Chigoge Okoli, SAN, my very good friend, is also here. Chigoge Okoli, thank you very much. Professor Anthony Killer had mentioned him earlier on. But if I left out anybody, yeah, this is Professor Killer here. Please forgive me. And then, our good friend GB, chief, multiple chief, veteran journalist, is also here. For all of you, I want to thank you very much. Persons who have come. Mrs. Adefeko, I see you. Mrs. Tara Durotoye, Thank you very much. Doctor, I see you. Thank you. All my Egba brothers. Mr. Daudu, Mr. Tude Daudu, I've seen him. Okay, I'm being told that before I mention everybody in the hall. Thank you very much, Mr. Reuben Abati. Thank you, my son, Louis Odion. Mr. Ochitoju, thank you very much, sir, for coming. Well,
a big round of applause for Reuben. Oh, yes, he will go on and on and on and on. Let's clap for him. Please, what you've just seen, and I mean this, is not just a session of acknowledgement. It's a testimony and a testament to his brilliance. Having to recall all those names. Let's clap for him. Let's clap for him. We are going to do us one favor. Please, let's listen to Reuben Abati. Please, as she says, thank you. Please, let's show her some love. Kike, please, can you skip the photographs for now and come and say your thank you? Kike, we are waiting. Kike, you need to come and say your thank you now. No, please. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, the books are out there, and Reuben Abati will be coming up here now to autograph the books that have been purchased. Just say thank you.
Please make sure
Just
that
say thank you as we do that.
As you go through the hallway, the books are there on display for you to purchase. Not just for you, but
as
for people in your communities. Pick up as many copies as you can today, because we have no idea how long it'll take to replace the first batch.
I'm not sure I have any other thing to say. After all what my husband said, I just want to say thank you to everyone who has traveled from far and near. Thank you. May joy never cease in your homes. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Reuben will be here to autograph